don't want to give it too high.
8.3. Okay,
you might blow it out the water, but it's pretty damn good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Right on.
Each individual one, man. Just judge each individual
I'm gonna
one.
let the inner Chuckster out.
Yeah, and good enough too. Chuck is next. He's got is the artist. Did I write this right? Pep Love is the artist. And
Did I write it right?
No, because right, you wrote these ones. Yeah, because mine disappeared. That's right. You wrote you. Oh yeah, I noticed instead of you use colons where I use dashes. That's the only difference. Other than that, we do the actual fucking formatting the exact same. Right. Some nerd tech talk. The tech guys over here. This is from Chuck. This is Pep Love, hip hop, my friend. Let's get into it right away.
I didn't realize colons and dashes were real techie, but all right.
It's tech. In my world, it's tech, bro.
Sometimes colons without dashes.
I can't wait to hear what Chuck came up with this week.
No, of course.
So this is not a hard hitting one, but
this is a dope track.
It's the cadence and flow are what really got it for me.
100% said yes on. By the way, on John Connor.
This sample was the beginning was dope.
But too modest. The music biz is a vast sea, and you know where the sharks is. I discovered hip-hop as a little tyke. Before I kissed a girl or ever rid a bike, there was nothing about it the kid didn't like. So our obsession was born for written rhymes, ripping mics. My astute pursuit wasn't about loot to boot. I studied the game from root to fruit. People gathered in flocks. Hip-hop had the block locked and had us thinking out of the box. The time we were living in, it was a testament. Before the corporation would invest in it, and now they got it brand new. I'm waving the flag for the culture. They looking at me like I'm a damn fool.
Talking about the culture and the corporations taking over the culture. I fucking love it. Love that soul.
What's really relevant? Is it good in the hood? If it ain't selling, then what is you telling me? Back when we was back spinning, the party was packed and it wasn't nobody to stack digits. They did it for the kids on the block. Instead of banging, they was hanging out doing that up rock, flow rock. Hip hop was there when nobody else cared. No education, no health care or welfare. The Bronx burning, we turning into an inferno. What do we learn to know when we ain't earning dough? We got greedier when the media showed up and got needier when the city disowned us. I guess it was trying to find a way out the projects, and that gentrification is the process to progress. God bless the child with a heavenly trust fund, the heaviest lump sum that comes from the slums.
Fuck, man. I wish I would have had someone that taught me about hip hop instead of fucking Def Leppard and Leonard Skinner, for Christ's sakes. I could have enjoyed this as a child.
That's the sound of the men banging on the track, now hanging on the corner, slanging crack. Now that we got our back up against the wall, we gon' bring it back. We them entrepreneurs, keeping our dream intact. The way I feel, I don't know if you could say the same. Look at what they became, following the gravy train. And when it drips dry, them little birds fly, flocking for better weather while we keeping it curbside. To have a cipher, you gotta come around. While pop radio is telling you to dumb it down. But I've been initiated, and we gon' get this shit straight and stated that hieroglyphics the greatest. And I'ma be a friend even when I don't got one. When I give them the rigmarole to let them know we're not done. Many rivers to cross to deliver the loss of destiny. Yes, we gon' weather the cause.
Yeah, that's right, Unique.
Now, this is a 10. And I'll tell you why. This song, not only was it very easy to listen to and engaging, but it took me to a place where it's like what I don't have as a man. And what I don't have as a man is a lifelong love of hip hop. That's punk rock for me, right? That's the Ramones and Black Flag. I don't have that in my life, but these guys do. And it made me experience it. Like all you guys are hip hop heads your whole life. You listen to hip hop.
I wasn't.
Hip-hop. Well, so okay, but Joe and Lady Poetic and Ignacio, like your whole life is all hip hop. Everything's hip hop. I don't have that. and people notice it in the comments too. Like, I am the rookie here. I get it. Like, of course I'm running the show and shit, but I'm doing this on fucking purpose. And the reason I do this show, and the reason I've found all of you guys to be on this show, is for this moment, to hear songs like this. He's talking about what hip hop was to him as a child, what it was to him when corporations started taking it over, and he's bringing it back to the roots, and he's keeping it underground, he's keeping it soulful with the soulful chorus, and bringing it all together into a fucking masterpiece of soulmanship, man. This is just like soulful, beautiful hip hop. It's a 10. I can't believe it. One of the favorite songs I've ever heard in my entire life, to be honest.
Awesome.
I've never heard of Pep Love. This is like right up my alley. Ignacio, what are you saying?
So from what I really like about this, well, Pep Love in general, is yes, with hieroglyphics, they have, as a collective, they have a specific sound that they stick with, and that they tend to be in this same kind of realm of their sound as a group. Each of the individual artists also, you know, have their own solo stuff, right? But from my recollection, even back then, Pep Love has always stood out as the kind of like the more pays more respect to hip hop in a way that more based, his solo stuff is always based more in that original hip hop, just love for the style kind of music, right? So one of the things I've always respected about Pep Love is he's always been consistent with that, and this is a perfect example of that, right? So according to Kaiser, Bobby Bland is where the sample comes from, and and just that song. Okay, so back when we used to do the funk, and we used to do a whole bunch of stuff too, right? We always used to talk about the kind of stuff that I listen to and how it influenced the hip hop I listen to, right?
Damn straight.
Well, so that was an example of what I listened to with my parents growing up, and how it transitioned into the hip hop that I like to listen to and that I gravitate towards, right? So this is a 9.25 for me, and I don't think I've been this long-winded on something in a little while.
Man. That's what I like, though.
But I knew coming into this, when I saw this on there, this was going to be one of those songs. You know what I'm saying?
Song of the night can be hard to beat.
So 9.25 for me.
9.25. Chuck, what are you saying?
So I loved this, and the Pep Love in particular has always been one of my favorite aspects of hieroglyphics. And it's his fluidity and flow, and kind of, so he definitely kind of mixes his cadences and flows quite a bit, but he always has this kind of musical fluid bounce to it, you know? And then it's so smooth and so fluid. And then on top of that, just some really solid messaging. I loved it, you know? So, I give it a 9. I really liked it. So
thanks, Chuck. I appreciate it. Lady Puttick, what are you saying?
Yeah, excellent choice. This was beautiful, right? I mean, this was just a really amazing song. I really appreciate how Ignacio broke it down. It really resonated with me. This is something that I could like hear or feel myself listening to as a youngster when we were like, you know, cleaning up on the weekends, putting on some dusties, you know, cooking it up later. This hit hard. This was really beautifully done.
That's awesome.
Definitely a 9.5, right up there.
9.5. And when was this released, Chuck, approximately?
I don't remember off the top of my head. Kaiser.
Hell, that Kaiser.
That's a Kaiser job. Joe, what do you give it? A 9.25? Lady Puttick?
No, I'll give it a 9.5.
Oh, 9.5. All right, Joe, what are you saying?
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I like the old school feel to it, the old school vibe that I got from it, and then the classic sample that he had, you know, for the hook. You know, it took me back to when I was a kid, you know, and my mother used to play all them old Philly sounds, You know what I mean? On a record player, because there were no CDs
awesome.
back then.
That's how it was
You know
done.
what I mean? Look, it was either 12-inch vinyl or an 8-track tape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I came into 8 tracks. Yeah.
That's what I grew up listening to. So yeah, it was a very welcome blast from the past. Chuck, man, you never cease to amaze me, man, with your picks. You know what I mean? You're like a mad scientist with it, man. I love it. You know what I mean?
know, seriously, dude. Joe, I have been picking his brain for fucking 3 years now. I still haven't figured it out.
2014. Song came out in 2014.
2014, this came out. Wow.
Yeah, some things say 2014, some say 2012. So yeah, it's around there.
It's a great song.
100% say yes.
Let's just say 20.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5 as well.
Nice.
9.5 and 100% in the chat.
Yeah, it's timeless.
Say yes and
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
A little
that's
side
amazing.
note right there. What you were saying right there, Ignacio, that resonates so much with me, like myself, because that's like the same style of music that I listen to, like all that funk, soul,
Yeah.
Motown. And
Exactly.
I don't know if it has to do with like the region that we like, that the California thing. I'm pretty sure other people do the same from other regions, but it seems like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it
home.
seems
But
to
you
be
gotta.
like-
That's a home.
But you know what though. California funk, like you hear it from like some of the bands that came out
yeah,
here,
they come
and,
from
like,
Ohio.
you know what I mean. But
places.
see, yeah, between Midwest funk and East Coast funk, like there's a difference. There's a difference. You know what I mean? Like
Definitely.
there's a difference. So I do think there's an
man.
influence as to, again, how because hip hop started with samples, right?
Of course.
And
of all that music.
of all the music that we just
They grew
heard
up
from
with.
him. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yep.
You know
Oh,
what
I got a
mean?
drum
So-
beat. How can I spruce this shit up?
Which is why I was trying to get Wilkshake into funk, since, from the beginning.
Yep,
right?
and you have, dude. I'm willing to do like a funk song. Like maybe we'll do 13 songs a night, and then close it off with a funk tune or a soul tune.
We can figure something out. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, maybe
it on.
Kaiser's weekly request, instead of being a hip hop track, could be the last song of the night, and it's a soul tune or a funk tune. That'd be cool. Okay, the next one that we're getting into, guys, is the DOC. Portrait of a Masterpiece. No one can do it better. I love that Joe that you chose DOC, because recently one of my favorite artists from NoFX, Fat Mike, has done some collaborations with the DOC, and they're all buddy.